refreshed.
1900 hours Central African Time. This is Sunday edition live from our Pocket Hill studios in Highlands, Harare. Thank you for joining us. I am Yvonne Mukondani. Susan Masona gives us the bulletin in sign language.
And I am Tanaka Munyenyua. Memory Queen Love will be joining us shortly from our Montreal studios. But first, we take a look at the stories that we're leading with tonight. President Emmerson Mnangagwa hails patriotism shown by Zimbabwe Defense Forces and other security agencies.
ZANU-PF wins Nkurumane by-election in Bulawayo.
And in our Science and Technology University of Zimbabwe, student invents an artificial intelligence-powered fraud detection system for monitoring corrupt activities in the banking sector.
And in sport, the Africa Cup of Nations kicks off this evening. Host nation Morocco take on Comoros in Group A.
We shall be looking at these and more stories as we progress with the bulletin, but first, the main news.
Other security agencies have drawn inspiration from Liberation War commanders whose patriotism was unquestionable.
He was addressing mourners at the burial of National Hero Brigadier General Mark Charles Chimwaza in Harare yesterday. We get more from our chief correspondent, Ruben Barre.
The Zimbabwean Revolutionary War for freedom and independence was led by commanders who were agile, were prepared to execute the war to the bitter end, and were also prepared to navigate the dynamics of change during seasons of peace. These rich ethos stand embedded in the Zimbabwe Defense Forces of today, said the chief mourner, President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, at the burial of the national hero, the late Brigadier General retired Mark Charles Chimwaza.
The late Brigadier General retired Chimwaza was among other cadres selected for further military training in Romania. He specialized in field artillery until 1982. He returned from Romania and was attested into the Zimbabwe National Army in August 1982. Our late national hero had an illustrious military career and undertook several military career courses in line with his rank. He also pursued and attained other qualifications, which include in the fields of war and strategic studies, education and training, as well as in agriculture.
The President, Comrade Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, said the duty is now on us to continue building on the foundation laid by the likes of the late Brigadier General Chimwaza.
It is commendable that sustained national cohesion and unity of purpose have seen us achieve successes and improve the quality of life of our people under the National Development Strategy 1. Under the whole of government and society approach, through unity and hard, honest work, the National Development Strategy 2 will also accomplish extraordinary milestones.
The unity of all Zimbabweans from all corners of this country is the key to development, said the President, drawing lessons and inspirations from the dear departed national hero and many others who waged the struggle and those who have served and continue to serve the dear motherland, which is the surest way of respecting our own said the chief monarch, President Mnangagwa. Ruben Barwe, ZBC News, Harare.
Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe-India relationship is entering a new phase following a historic visit to Goa that has confirmed centuries-old links between the two countries. While Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga's mission has laid the groundwork for government-to-government cooperation on archival research as Zimbabwe seeks to access historical records in India to restore a long-suppressed chapter of its own. We get more from Abigail Tembo.
A Zimbabwean delegation led by Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga has wrapped up a landmark visit here in Goa, India. A journey not just across continents, but through time. The mission set out to reclaim a long-silenced chapter in Zimbabwe's global story, with engagements involving historians, church leaders, and archivists, revealing compelling evidence that Zimbabweans were already active on the world stage as missionaries, traders, and scholars centuries before colonial occupation.
In our case, the British occupied us in the 19th century, but we had already started spreading civilization and Christianity all over the world. In that, we were already in India before the British were here. We were already in China before they came. So the European powers then came to a people who were already civilized, who already knew God. Yes, we collaborated with the Portuguese, not as a colony of the Portuguese, but as a trading partner. And when we are trading, like what Munumtapa and the Portuguese used, it was a fair trade.
One of the strongest confirmations from this visit is the presence of documents here in Goa, documenting the presence of descent of Munumtapa, one of them Father Miguel, son of Emperor Kapararide, who served in this region in the 16th century.
We still want to go into the archives to find more information about their participation, the masses they saved, which are in the archives, everything that they did, so that we can actually have the correct dates and the amount of participation of these descendants of Munumtapa who came here and participated in the work of God as priests.
Historians say this is not about rewriting history, but assembling it correctly using evidence scattered across the globe.
Yesterday, we engaged some historians, local historians who focus on these topics, and they gave us some viable leads. So what it means is that this can be done. We just have to go to the archives here and do further research, and also go to Lisbon to do further research. Then also, there are certain snippets of information that are available in works that have already been done.
Following the visit, Zimbabwe will formally engage the government of India to access archives in Goa and New Delhi, while parallel efforts will involve Portugal and the Vatican. At home, universities, the church, and national heritage institutions will jointly document and preserve the findings. As the delegation concludes its Goa mission, Zimbabwe lives with more than documents. It lives with a renewed confidence in its past. A reminder that Great Zimbabwe was not named by accident. It was and remains part of a global civilization. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Goa.
The ruling ZANU-PF party has underlined itself as a people-centered and development-oriented party following its resounding victory in the Nkolomani by-elections held in Bulawayo over the weekend. The details.
Fuzwayo Mbuso, an independent who got 121 votes. Jele Rodney Donovan, an independent, got 745 votes. Moyo Alson, EFF, got 65 votes. Murechu Freedom Phineas, ZANU-PF, 3,416. Mube Malava Nompilo, ZANC 18 votes, Ndlovu Mthusi CCC 320 votes, Sibanda Ethel MDCT 23 votes, Siziva Vivian Vio ZAP 110 votes, Zita Esther Exilia, an independent, 325 votes. And that I therefore declare the said Murechu Freedom Phineas of ZANU-PF this day to be duly elected member of the National Assembly for Nkulumane constituency.
A new era beckons for the people of Nkulumane who now have a legislator in Comrade Freedom Murechu of ZANU-PF. Days of empty promises are now over for the Nkulumane constituency after ZANU-PF cruised to victory, demonstrating the impetus of people-centered projects in the area. Comrade Murechu, who polled 3,416 votes, says the campaign period is now over and focus now shifts to the fulfillment to the electorate.
Every resident in Nkulumane constituency, I would want to thank them very much for electing me and for the confidence that they have in me by electing me to be their member of parliament. So I would want to, promise that the very same way things that I raised when we were campaigning the manifesto that you voted, we're going to make sure that we're going to implement those issues.
Comrade Murechu replaces the late Honorable Desire Moed, independent candidate Rodney Chel, as his closest rival on 745 votes, while the late Moes widow came third with 325 votes, 5 better than Triple C candidate Muthusi Ndlovu. Mthokozi Stube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
The ruling ZANU-PF has underlined itself as a people-centered and development-oriented party after resoundingly winning the Nkulumane by-election in Bulawayo over the weekend. That story in detail as we progress with Bulletin. For now, 46 years ago today, the Lancaster House discussion among British government, the Abel Muzore, Ian Smith and Patriotic Front of ZAPU-ZANU reached an agreement paving way to Zimbabwe's freedom and independence. Our chief correspondent, Red Barre, spoke to Professor Simbi Mubako and Dr. Frederick Shava, who were in London on the 21st of December 1979 and filed the following report.
This Sunday, the 21st of December 2025, marks 46 years following the signing of the Lancaster House Agreement in London, paving the way to Zimbabwe's independence. What started in Lusaka Commonwealth Summit in Zambia in August that same year saw the British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher invite the Patriotic Front, that is ZAPU and ZANU leadership, to London, led by the late Comrade Mugabe and the late Vice President George Nkomo. We are talking to the man who did all the logistics in London, and he's walking us through on what took place particular. That's Dr. Shao.
The London office of ZANU hosted them, and I was the chief representative of ZANU during that time. Mm-hmm. And when the Lancaster House was mooted, eventually organized, our office had to do the necessary work for our delegation.
The logistics.
The logistics. For our delegation, which was coming from Maputo. And the British gave our delegation a hotel facility. I think it was called Scott or Royal Scott, where they were supposed to stay during the negotiations. But after a few days, we thought that, among other reasons, the facility they had been given was too restrictive. So my colleagues and I, we looked at other possibilities. And just next to Edgware Road, we found some premises which we then hired for use by our delegation. Earlier on, before we moved our delegation, we had found a house in that area where the former President Mugabe had been to at our invitation, so that if he needed a quieter time from time to time during the negotiations, we had rented this house for him. It was at that point that he also suggested, why doesn't everybody come around here? So we found houses for everyone. This new venue that we found became very popular because the Patriotic Front delegation was a ZANU-ZAPU delegation. And before any session of the Lancaster House negotiations, they would meet first, the two groups, and they would come to Edgware Road, where we had accommodation enough to house them. So the former President Mugabe and Vice President Nkomo would chair their combined delegation and go through whatever strategies that they wanted to then use in the negotiation.
There were two legal minds from ZANU, led by Professor Walter Kamba and Professor Simbi Mbago, while the ZAPU side had Advocate Leo Barrow.
Prof, when your delegation, ZANU, decided to put the signature on Lancaster House Agreement as legal advisor, what did you tell them?
Well, we told them that the agreement was ready, that everything was in order, and that we could advise that they should sign the agreement for peace, so that the war would end and Zimbabwe would get its independence.
You were there in the room when they signed?
Yes, indeed. We were all there. The principals, of course, were all in the background.
That was the ZANU-PF leader?
Yes.
Robert Mugabe and the ZAPU?
Yes, Robert Mugabe and Joshua Nkomo, the co-leader of the Patriotic Front, Bishop Mzorewa. Yes, that's right. Ian Smith actually refused to sign, to be there.
But he was in the Mzorewa delegation?
He was in the Mzorewa delegation. He refused to be there. Yeah, he was supposed to be there, but he couldn't stand it.
It's now 46 years gone, or the principles of the three delegations are gone. You are talking of Bishop Mzorewa, Ian Smith, the late Dr. Joshua Nkomo, the late Comrade Robert Mugabe, and the late Lord Carrington and Mr. Gilmore. They are all gone. Ruben Bargues, ZBC News, Harare.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, is once again exemplified her unwavering compassion and motherly devotion by extending Christmas cheer to more than 1,000 beneficiaries in Kakora, Chiweshe.
The spirit of love and generosity took center stage in Kakora village under Chief Negomo this Sunday as the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, once again demonstrated her unmatched compassion by donating Christmas hampers to more than 1,000 beneficiaries. The stocked hampers included essential food items such as mealie meal, rice, cooking oil, sugar, salt and flour, among others, and were handed over by Chief Negomo on behalf of Mother Zimbabwe.
Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa avasarudze kuti ndiani wakaita sei, asi chinangwa nechidokwa chavo chinenge chiri kubatsira uyo chaiye anodhizeva kuti awane zvinhu, ende tikapa vanhu zvinhu negwara rakanaka, naivo kwavari vanobva vafara kuti zvinhu zviri kufamba zvakanaka. Izvo kutaura kwatiri kuita pano, mvura yaturuka kudai, hatitoziva kuti vari mumba here kana kuti vaenda kupi. Vanopambira nyika yose, hapana pavanosiya. Ndimai vari kuchengeta mhuri yavo, havamboti uyu ndiwe ukama, uyu hasiwo ukama. Vanongoti muZimbabwe ni hama yangu yese, ndichenga wose, havana vavanosarura. Tinofara nezvavanotiitira nguva nenguva.
With only a few days left before the Christmas, Dr. Mnangagwa's heartfelt gesture brought joy, warmth, and renewed hope to the beneficiaries, who included people with disabilities, the elderly, and child-headed families who could not contain their gratitude.
Ndashaka kuti ndeifara zvokuti ndiite sekurangarirwe mukati mechita chevamwe. Ndiri kufara ndinoombera. Maita zvenyu. Ngavarambe vakadaro vasadzokere shure. Tatenda.
Ndine mufaro wakanyanya mwanangu nekuti yezvino ndapinda Christmas yangu mune zvakanaka zvandanga ndisingambotarisiri. Saka toda kutenda baba vedu Mnangagwa naivo mai vedu tinovatenda nebasa ravari kutiitira.
Ndine mufaro wakanyanyisa wokuti tapiwa namai vedu vanorudo wokuchengeta nyika yavo yeZimbabwe. Saka tiri kutozvitenda zvikuru izvozvo kuti dai zvaramba zvichienda mberi tinoyambutswa apa tateyambuka apa. Hakuna chichatikunda. Amai vedu vanorudo rwakanyanyisa.
Ndinotenda zvakanyanya nekuti gore rakapfuura takasina kunyatsokohwawo, saka taakubatsirwa Christmas toifarawo zvakanaka nemhuri nevazukuru. Tinotenda ndozvatinotarisira kuti isu vana vedu vomuno vakuyeukawo isu vabereki.
Mashonaland Central Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Christopher Magomo, said Dr. Mnangagwa is not only touching lives but transforming destinies.
Zvakawanda amai zvavari kutiitira muno mukati meMashonaland Central Province. Makatasepo pano chaipo panga pane kakliniki kadikidika nechokumadokeroko kune chipatara chakura chavaroda kuti chinge chiri hospital, kubva kukliniki kuenda kuhospital. Chishure chaamai kuti vanhu vese vanga neutano hwakakwana vakasimba. Muchiona iko zvinezvi nhasi tiri kutopa mafood hampers avakati tipe avo vanorarama neurema, avo vana vadiki vanochengeta vamwe vana, child-headed families, avo vati kwegurei, ndio vanhu vari kuwana zvinhu pano. Muchitarisa tatombopawo vari pamauche vakawanda tienda takadaro. Amai vari kuita zvakawanda, tichitarisa nyaya yenhangagota kuno, nyaya yekupa vana vechikoro zvechikafu, school feeding program, vari kuita nyaya yedrug and substance abuse, vari kushanda zvakasimba kurwisana nenyaya iyoyo. Vari kushanda zvakasimba nenyaya yekurwisana nemhirizhonga dzemuZimba, nenyaya zvakare yekutarisa kuongororwa kweavo vangaite magomarara ezvibereko. Zvese izvozvo amai vatiri kushanda nawo zvakanaka muprovinsi yedu.
Her tireless efforts through the Angel of Hope Foundation have seen Mother Zimbabwe traverse the country, even reaching its most remote corners, ensuring that no one and no place is left behind. A hands-on person, Mother Zimbabwe has always been there to shoulder the needs of people, including widows, orphans, prisoners, the elderly, expecting mothers, street children, and persons with disabilities, among other groups. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Chiweshe.
A group of more than 140 Zimbabwean educators has left for Rwanda under a teacher bilateral exchange program between Zimbabwe and Rwanda.
The deployment of the educators to Rwanda signals Zimbabwe's deepened cooperation with Rwanda in the education sector and human capital development under a Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed between the two nations in 2021.
I also want to thank the government of Zimbabwe for granting us this opportunity so that we go and show our expertise there.
We are going to have more insight into the educational fraternity. We are going to get more skills.
The two countries signed a Memorandum of Understanding in 2021, opening opportunities for the exchange of at least 500 skilled personnel from various fields.
NjengeZimbabwe imfundo esilayo lapha inkulu kakhulu. So ukuya ngale eRwanda kuzayenza utshintsho kakhulu kibo abantu abaseRwanda ngoba lathi sizathululela imfundo esilayo kibo. Ukenzethi lawo bebe ngabantu abalohluzi lento zemfundo.
Taenda kunze nema skills atinawo. Tosatondovapa ama skills yawo isuthi chigenawo mamwe ma skills it's like a cultural exchange program.
Close to 300 educators have so far been deployed to the East African country under the agreement. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
The commander of the Air Force of Zimbabwe has reiterated that there is zero tolerance for drug and substance abuse within the force.
Drug and substance abuse continues to wreak havoc across the country. Not even security personnel are being spared. Commander Air Force of Zimbabwe Air Marshal Jacob John Drede has warned the AFZ family to steer clear of the menace. Air Marshal Drede also warned members not to fall into the temptation of gambling. He was speaking during an interaction with the AFZ members and their spouses at Manyame Air Force Base this Saturday.
Another vice that we as a family need to tackle is the abuse of drugs, alcohol, and other illicit substances. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, His Excellency Comrade Dr. A.D. Mnangagwa, has declared drug and substance abuse as a threat to the nation's health, security, economy, and social responsibility. If we want change in society, it must begin with us as a family and community. As such, my plea to you all is to begin this fight against drugs and substance abuse in our homes and within our Air Force of Zimbabwe community.
Addressing the nation ahead of this festive season, Zimbabwe Republic Police Commissioner General Stephen Mtamba warned the public to desist from drug and substance abuse, saying those caught on the wrong side will face the full wrath of the law.
My office has directed Officer Commanding Provinces to take stern action on illegal liquor outlets during this holiday. Liquor outlets operating outside stipulated hours and those selling alcohol to minors will be dealt with in accordance with the law. Parents and guardians are cautioned against facilitating underage drinking and alcohol abuse during the festive gatherings. The Zimbabwe Republic Police has intensified operations targeting drug and substance abuse in all communities and will take action against anyone involved in the distribution or supply of illicit substances to the youths and adults. I implore the people of Zimbabwe to report any person dealing in drugs or illicit substances to the police.
The warning comes at a time when many people are falling victim to drug and substance abuse. However, the government remains committed to addressing this scourge and has put in place measures that include the establishment of rehabilitation centers across the country to assist affected individuals. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
A delegation from Zimbabwe's entity that develops sustainable environmental solutions, Geopomona Waste Management, is in Belgium on a working visit to strengthen global best practices in waste management.
The delegation, led by Geopomona Chief Executive Officer and Executive Chairman Dr. Dilesh Nguwaya, is on a working visit to Ecosteril Environmental Solutions in Mons, Belgium. It is accompanied by Zimbabwe's ambassador to the mission in Belgium, Mrs. Angelica Katuruza. After holding high-level discussions, executives of the two firms resolved to forge partnerships.
I'm very happy I'm here in Belgium looking for partnership with Ecosteril for medical waste treatment plant. This plant will help the government of Zimbabwe and people of Zimbabwe to treat our medicine waste. It's very important to have this type of machine so that everyone, a citizen of Zimbabwe, will live in a good environment. This type of machine is recognized international. It's a state-of-the-art machine which we need us as Zimbabwe to adopt to use for treating our medical waste in Zimbabwe.
So for us, as the president of Ecosteril company, it was an honor and a pleasure to welcome Dr. Dilesh and his team, the best and the #1 company in Zimbabwe for the treatment of waste, to show them our know-how, share our expertise, and realize that this partnership has a bright future to offer to the communities and Zimbabwean population a proper and professional treatment of medical waste. So we look forward to the next step of this very nice collaboration, and we will be happy to visit Zimbabwe with my team very soon.
Their visit includes a guided tour of EcoSteril's equipment assembly facility used in the safe and environmentally friendly waste management systems. The Zimbabwean delegation also paid a courtesy call on Mons Mayor, Mr. Nichols Martin, for further engagements with the European Union nation. The visit is also in line with GeoPomona's efforts to align with global best practices.
In other news, the Presidential Empowerment Program has been rolled out in Chimanimani district as ZANU-PF broadens its empowerment projects.
Chimanimani district is the latest area to benefit from the Presidential Constituency Empowerment Fund, marking another step in the program's expansion across regions. After receiving $25,000 per constituency, local legislators expressed satisfaction with the program.
Our economy anchors on SMEs. Samari ichabatsira our small businesses, it's a revolving fund. Vanenge vapiwa zvikwereti vanoshandisa mari iyoyo vodzorera tichipa vamwe tichingodaro. Wana mabhasikoro about 1,000 ari kupiwa village chairpersons. Pamwe chete nema-inputs about 30 tons of seed iri kuenda to our farmers.
Nasi ndaita mufaro wakanyanya. Advisor mama mapa 10,000 ndio constituency kwangu. President wati hakuna chuma inofanya kusara toda kukutenda hii.
The local community is grateful to the Second Republic for its continued support.
Empowerment program atalonjerwa pano na advisor wa president baba Tungwarara akatinakira.
Netisinope kutangira but zitapuwa marodo eso katakuta soti wano mayouth wachaposha tanga kuita ma project.
Nikufarira krinike mo vetire ni mabridges ari kugadzirwa ndosanyufarira.
The provincial leadership is confident that the support will facilitate socio-economic development.
Tisikuwana empowerment yatirikuwana nhasi. Makomrades tikabatana tinorwira pamwe chete.
MP aiwa ndakataura nevabe yangu, we can assure you guest of honor advisor kuti mari ichashanda zvamutafara nazvo muchagutsikana ivo president mbune vachafara.
Amidst these developments, the UAE Business Development Advisor to the President, Dr. Paul Tungwarara, cautioned the beneficiaries against misuse of the funds.
Kana wakazva empowerment wakazhaka empowerment uchanoshakika mugere.
Emilia Kadyasa, who has a growth on her face, was given $10,000 for treatment, while chiefs who attended the event got $2,000 each. Other developments that have been lined up include the establishment of a local clinic for the veterans of the liberation struggle and the rehabilitation of roads and bridges in Chimanimani under the Work for Money program. Kenya Sivuje, ZBC News, Chimanimani.
Zimbabwe commemorates 38 years of peace and tranquility this Monday, ushered in through the signing of the Unity Accord by late President Robert Mugabe and Father Zimbabwe, the late Vice President Dr. Joshua Nkomo. Matabeleland South attributes economic growth and development to the prevailing peace.
Since the ushering in of the Second Republic in 2017, Matabeleland South has witnessed massive development with the first village business unit, the first drought mitigation center, the Beitbridge border post modernization, and the Beitbridge mining and energy industrial park, which have become Zimbabwe's flagship projects. But what is the main driver of this massive development? To the people of Matabeleland South, peace and unity that was ushered by the signing of the Unity Accord on the 22nd of December 1987 between PF ZAPU and ZANU has created equitable development.
Kwazo chinchikulukulu wakahlonipha kuti kunotiwa ma celebrations kwakabva iye Joshua Nkomo umwe wevakwali vakasaina Unity Accord. Tobona apakezi iyo matovo ihosta independence celebrations dzemuZimbabwe mugolelelo kobe kulakidza kuti tondilambeli nechikumbuludzo cheunity tibhazanya vana veZimbabwe.
Kwala ezigabeni silama MPs ongathola ukuthi esemandebeleni kodwa ekhuluma olunye ulimi bekhethwa benjalo abantu benanzelela imisebenzi bengananzeleli ulimi. Thina siyaqhakathekisa kakhulu ngoba iunity yasibambanisa kulalamhlanje sikhuluma senze nje abantu bethu sibaphakamisa la ngokukwanyisa la ngokufunda singakhangela ukuthi ukhuluma limi bani
ukubambana lokhwana kwasincedisa kakhulu ku development ngoba kade development esisenzakala emathe ilizwe lonke ayisayenzakala one side of the country isisenzakala ilizwe lonke njengoba usazi ukuthi upresident uhlale ekhuluma ngemantra yakhe ukuthi we will leave no one and no place behind in development.
Celebrating a day is just an event. What resonates with the people are tangible results that are seen. We see today the most difficult question of Kukurahundi being tackled head on by the traditional leadership, people who stay with the people. They are resolving these issues so that future generations are not beholden by what happened in the past. They inherit a country that has united people willing to build their country together.
Matabeleland South is targeting more development as it prepares to host the 2026 independence celebrations in the home of the late Dr. Joshua Mqabuko Nkomo in Mapisa next year. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Gwanda.
Sunday Edition takes a break and we'll be back after these messages.
Zimbabwe inhaka yedu. Zimbabwe is our heritage. This festive season is the right time to travel.
Local is local.
Zimbabwe 2025, #1 destination in the world, according to Forbes magazine. This festive season, travel local and experience our heritage. Zimbabwe, inhaka yedu, ilifa letu. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
This festive season, explore Zimbabwe. From the majestic Victoria Falls to the breathtaking Eastern Highlands, Rainbow Tourism Group has the perfect holiday getaway. Stay at Zambezi River Lodge, located right on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River, or be just 5 minutes from the action at Victoria Falls Rainbow Hotel, or better still, unwind in Mountain Magic at Montclair Resort. Festive rates from only $70 per person, bed and breakfast. Book now, rtgafrica.com, or call 263-242-772-633 up to 9.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future, together. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive. This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
You are still watching Sunday Edition. Thank you for giving us your time. And now we cross over to our Montrose studios in Bulawayo, where Memory Nkwe is on standby. Memory, good to see you. Take it away.
Good evening to you, Yvonne. Good to see you, and good evening to the viewers at home. The upgraded Bait Bridge border post has improved efficiency for travelers and traffic, with expectations of increased tourist arrivals.
Tourists and Zimbabweans returning home for the festive season through Bait Bridge border post were this Sunday given a royal welcome due to modern facilities.
Kuya kwataita tachiti hai shange chinetseka asi matambiro ataitwa aiwa tatambirwa nenzira yakanaka chokwadi.
Vatinofara zvavhudi havana vobva pavo vachiri zvisikokonda fana kupfukira kwaone ndisi kufa zvari ndichipinga chori navone kavatovere intenga isho yekuti abantu basezimbabwe banotara.
During a meet and greet program this Sunday, the Minister of Tourism and the Hospitality Industry, Honorable Barbara Rodzi, highlighted the efficiency of the new Bait Bridge border post.
We are here as Team Tourism and Hospitality Industry Ministry and Zimbabwe Tourism Authority just to ensure seamless entrance into the country for all our visitors, domestic tourists who are returning back home and international tourists or regional tourists who are coming into our country to spend their holidays there. What we are aiming for is the ministries responsible for the borders with Home Affairs and Finance, which is ZIMRA, to ensure that people don't spend long time waiting for the processes in the borders, and as well as customer care. The quality of service that we have to be offering to those who are coming in our country is very, very key for us who are tourism and hospitality.
The engagement and re-engagement drive by the Second Republic has seen Zimbabwe being listed on the American Forbes magazine as the best country to visit in 2025. Aifeli Mudau, ZBC News, Bait Bridge.
A delegation from the Rural Electrification Agency, RIA, led by Minister July Moyo, visited the Mozambique Chimoio Shrine to foster patriotism and loyalty to Zimbabwe. The trip aimed to strengthen the country's connection to its liberation roots.
The visit sought to reconnect RIA leadership and staff with the nation's liberation history, reinforcing the values of selflessness, sacrifice, and service to the country. Tour guide Comrade Dulai Badza, a facilitator at the Herbert Chitepo School of Ideology, said the experience helps correct historical distortions and reminds citizens that Zimbabwe's independence was hard-won.
The history of Zimbabwe yakadistortewa necolonizers vainyora history inoenderana nokuzvifadza ivo vachitarisira nhoroondo yevanhu vatema pasi. Saka vanhu vauya kunoku vauya kuzodzidza kuti Chimoio yanga yakamira sei zvinovabetsera nokuti vazvionera nemeso avo kuti zvechokwadi nyika inonzi Zimbabwe haina kungovuya nje yakauya mushure mekudeuka kweropa.
RIA board chairperson Cecilia Chitiyo spoke on the significance of the Chimoio visit in strengthening patriotic consciousness among participants.
As we execute our duties as Rural Electrification Fund in the rural areas, we are serving the parents of some of these people like here. And we should take that in mind as we do this work. And as we try to uplift their standards of living, bearing in mind that we have a debt to pay for those lying here. And it has taught us really to be patriotic.
RIA Acting CEO Felista Makumbinde underscored the importance of historical awareness in leadership and decision-making.
It's a reminder. You know, when you are living in a realm, you don't know where the country came from. You don't know your roots. People are bound to make wrong decisions, to make wrong choices, and even to lose commitment towards development of their country.
Addressing the delegation, Minister of Energy and Power Development, Honorable July Moyo said the Chimoyo tour provides inspiration for RIA's mission to transform rural communities through electrification.
In order to fulfill the president's mantra of leaving no one and no place behind. Now, to get the inspiration of what we are doing and the president's mantra, it was important that we add in Chitepo College to come and give us the importance of the background of why we are doing this rural development, rural transformation.
The initiative also reflects the National Development Thrust of leaving no place and no community behind, ensuring that the supreme sacrifices of liberation war heroes and heroines are remembered and honored through inclusive development. Wadzanai Mandima, ZBC News, Chimoyo.
And in our This and That, with the 2025 festive season now upon us, Christmas will not be complete without the sound of carols, which are more than just background music, but time machines connecting the world to centuries of Christmas tradition. More in our This and That feature, which explores the happy sounds of the season.
There's a special time in December when the real good feeling of Christmas happens. One will not find it under the big sparkly Christmas tree, but perhaps in the sweet clear sound of the melodic Christmas carols, which form the heartbeat of the holidays. The carols cherished today largely owe their popularity to the Victorian era, when the print revolution collected, translated and printed most ancient and forgotten carols in popular songbooks. What's special about these songs is that they are like musical photographs of happiest memories and the audible link to history and past Christmases, bringing people together while carrying a powerful message of hope, peace and goodwill. While the old classics remain champions, the world of Christmas music is always growing, with modern holiday hits having their own place in the festive season lineup.
One thing about Christmas carol, everybody's always smiling. Like everywhere I look, I see a smile and a big one.
Christmas is the best time of the year. We enjoy, we share gifts, and Hippo Valley has made Christmas carols one of the best events in the school year.
Christmas carols are a tradition, a memory, and a vital reminder of joy and goodwill that defines this time of the year. After all, as Hans Christian Andersen once said, where words fail, music speaks. And the carols speak the language of Christmas straight to the heart. Gaima Tambo, ZBC News, Chirezi.
With that beautiful story, Sunday Edition takes a short break, and thereafter our team at Pokesil will continue with the rest of the bulletin. Good evening.
Since its launch in April 2024, Zig has remained stable. Zig is holding its own and holding it well. It's staying true to its promise: stable, secure, reliable. From the clear policy direction and consistency, RBZ has stayed the course to deliver a stable currency for the people of Zimbabwe. Behind the scenes, reserves comprising of foreign currency, gold and other precious minerals backing our currency keep growing. What exactly do we mean by this? Zimbabwe keeps gold and foreign currency as savings called reserves. When a currency is backed by these savings, it stays steady, it is better protected from unexpected economic shocks and is less likely to lose value. With the growing reserves, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is better supporting the market with foreign currency for essential imports such as medicines, raw materials, and machinery for the development of our industries. With this strength behind it, the ZiG is laying a foundation for growth, opportunity, and a better life for every Zimbabwean. It is setting the stage for economic growth and opportunity. Stable prices, better planning, and real value that holds. What's built to last will not shake with the wind. This is why we say ZiG means business and the future is rock solid. ZiG, our currency, our future, our pride.
Manual payroll processes giving you headaches, human errors, missed deadlines, compliance worries? Meet Iris Pay, the smarter, cloud-based payroll system built for Zimbabwean businesses. Automate your payroll and pay your team in your preferred currency, all in minutes. Iris Pay. Payroll made simple, compliance made certain. Start today and let Iris Pay handle the numbers. Sign up today. QuartzTech. Dream. Innovate. Inspire.
If you drink, be responsible.
Welcome back. In sports buzz, Morocco begin their Africa Cup of Nations campaign under intense pressure, hosting the tournament and with hopes firmly set on lifting the continental title.
The Atlas Lions face a strong opposition from Senegal, the defending champions Cote d'Ivoire, Mohamed Salah's Egypt and Nigeria, spearheaded by Victor Osimhen. Africa's top-ranked team, placed 11th in the world, opened the tournament against Comoros at the Rabat 69-seater stadium. World Cup semi-finalists in 2022, Morocco arrive on a record 18-match winning streak and are aiming to repeat Cote d'Ivoire's success as host at the last AFCON in 2024. Senegal, champions in 2022, remain strong contenders, while Nigeria look to bounce back after finishing runners-up last year and missing World Cup qualification. Monday's program features 3 matches, including South Africa taking on Angola, while Egypt are up against Zimbabwe in Group B. Lawrence Trusida, ZBC News.
The Northern Region Division 1 Soccer League has unveiled a $310,000 United States sponsorship package from MCM Estates for the 2026 season.
The Northern Region has been a trendsetter in the lower leagues, and this Saturday evening, they signed a $310,000 United States partnership with MCM Estates for the next season. The year-long deal includes a $2,000 signing gesture of goodwill, as well as $350 United States monthly cash prizes for coach, top goal scorer, goalkeeper, and player of the month. Additionally, MCM Estates will award 5 holiday home stands, each valued at $24,000 to the top 5 players at the end of the season.
I understand the dedication it takes young men to be a footballer. What we see on Saturday or what we see on Sunday, people are not seeing what it takes to be a footballer. The application, the dedication, the motivation to get up every morning, train, eat the right foods. It's so difficult to get to the top of your craft.
The Northern Region is forever grateful.
This collaboration will infuse fresh excitement, enhancing player welfare through awarding of housing stands to outstanding performers. For the league, it means elevated standards more resources for infrastructure, and a platform to inspire even greater achievement.
The unveiling also saw top players from the previous season being honored, with Simon Gray Kufandada being named the league's best player from the just ended season. The former Herentals and Blawa City striker also scooped the Golden Boot Award after netting 17 goals. Guest of honor at the award ceremony, legendary former Warriors captain and coach Sande Chizambwa challenged the players to be disciplined.
I've, over the years, the privilege to coach at the highest levels, and in this, I found it true that talent alone can never be enough. Let me tell you a very good example, you youngsters. We had a player in this country who was called Archford Chimtanda. Talent yakapuwa na mwari kunzi ompa na talent na mwari, but it went to waste.
Agama were the big winners, with their coach Poch Malizeni named Coach of the Year, while they also had 3 players in the best 11. The event also saw Honorable Kudakwasha Mpamanga, the Member of Parliament for Mount Darwin South, where Agama hails from, joining in to celebrate with his home team. Lawrence Tuseda, ZBC News, Harare.
Remember, there is more news on our website, that is www.zbcnews.co.zw. Sunday edition takes a break and we'll be back with more. Do stay with us.
Life is a precious gift, more precious than silver and gold. Parties and alcohol, with road traffic accidents happening every 15 minutes and at least one person dying every 4 hours in Zimbabwe every day. More die over weekends and public holidays. Take heed. Remember your loved ones. Don't drink and drive this festive season. This message is brought to you by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
Thank you for staying with us. And now in showbiz, Bulawayo came alive on Saturday night as artists, journalists and arts lovers converged for the Bulawayo Arts Awards, an event marked by fierce competition across key categories.
As the night unfolded, attention turned to the Song of the Year category, where one hit stood out for dominating airwaves, dance floors and community gatherings throughout the year.
My brother JC couldn't be here today, but on his behalf, I would like to thank you all for all the support and for supporting Ugoja Onyama Maisha.
I'm so excited to receive the outstanding Global Ambassador Award here at the Bulawayo Arts Awards, and to me it just means that Bulawayo people here in Bulawayo, they are seeing the work that I'm doing, not only in Zimbabwe but outside the country.
The People's Choice Award echoed even louder when DJ Mzo walked out with a hybrid Toyota Aqua vehicle. It was an award driven purely by public votes and a category where popularity and connection mattered more than anything else.
I'm so happy that I've won this car. It's not about me, but it's about everyone who voted for me from day one to tonight.
Away from the music stage, a different contest captured the spotlight, a journalism face-off. 3 male journalists from Zimpipers went head-to-head with ZBC's Lisa Masugu Kurira for the Best Arts Journalist Award across all media.
I'm truly honored to receive this award. Thank you, Bulawayo Arts Awards. This award is not just mine, it belongs to the entire ZBC team for giving me the platform to tell the story of Bulawayo as creatives, and also above all I want to thank God and my family, especially my husband, for supporting me.
ngemali ngezipho ezitshiyeneyo. Kuyathokozisa ukubona umcimbi lo uqhubekela phambili.
As the ceremony continued under the bright ZITF lights, the Bulawayo Arts Awards once again proved to be more than just about trophies, but were a celebration of creativity, influence, and the storytellers shaping Zimbabwe's cultural identity.
Well, congratulations to Lisa and everyone who won an award, as well as those who were nominated. It's usual to be nominated. But of course, the story puts a cap on Sunday edition for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us.
But before we go, remember today is the first day of the Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco. And as ABC News, we are crossing over live to Morocco for the official opening. So don't go away and do enjoy. Good night.
Good night.
Africa, a land of passion, pride, and power. Across this vast continent, the game runs deep. In every back alley, beach, and pitch, a billion hearts beat to one rhythm. The Africa Cup